Hello, everybody. Welcome back to F1RL Season 4, Round 1, Melbourne, Australia, Albert Park Circuit. Let's get some good racing. We are here today with the Tier 2 drivers, as always, on the Wednesday. And let's just hope for some entertaining racing. By all means as well, if anyone can in the chat, just let me know if audio levels are good or not good. And let's hope to not have any technical difficulties while we are here today. That would be a good start. We have got the usual grid of, I believe... Oh, we have some new drivers in the Tier 2 stand-ins this season. We have got the likes of Simba, B5, XD Connor, Rob, Elite Shots, old Tier 2 driver from last season, I believe. F1RL, seasoned veteran, Tier 1 champion in Season 1. But since then, has fallen off. However, I expect good things for today from F1RL. We have got Perilous Hen, a driver from last season's grid. Dilb, another experienced driver. Jamaican Bacon, a debut driver. Lizard Toes 24. Andy Moore, the one and only experienced driver, looking to get some good points today in Melbourne. Face Kermit Frog, last season's driver. Shredded Meats as well. We must say, this guy's consistent. I think he's looking for good points today. DWR Flames in last current, oh, but not last, the penultimate driver to round off our grid today. DWR Flames, and Demizzi will be the last driver out on the track for today's qualifying. I think. I don't know. Well, we'll find out, I guess. I've got a feeling maybe the game audio isn't as loud as what it should be. So if anyone could clarify, just let me know. But let's get some times up onto the boards. We don't need to see the time. We don't need to see the tires. We just need to see that telemetry, that lap data, and track map. And there we go. Oh, it's been so long, I've forgotten how to even close the menus. Okay. Well, here we are then. We are going to ride on board with Simba as they start the push lap. This will be the provisional pole lap. Starting the lap with not a lot of battery is a very questionable decision. However, these Tier 2 drivers it's all about learning experience for these Tier 2 drivers. So hopefully we can get some good lap times through. Of course, we have the likes of the two Williams drivers behind, I believe. Or is that a Williams and a Red Bull? I'm not too sure. Let's go on board with F1RL though. No longer on the Steam Deck for this race. And he looks to have had a little bit of a mistake there. Invalid. Not what you want to see from F1RL. Andy Moore though, purple sector 1. Flying, we must say. Dodging the cars on the racing line and off of the racing line superbly. Let's see where Andy Moore finishes this lap. It was a little bit early on that corner. However, still looking for a good lap here. Can Andy set pole position in today's race? We'll find out very shortly. And Andy to cross the final corner for the provisional pole lap. What's it going to be? An 18? A 19? It's going to be a 19.751. Not a bad lap at all there from Andy Moore. Let's go on board with Connor now as well. Not deploying any battery. Questionable decision. Now deploying the battery. Got it a bit late. Started deploying it a little bit late, however. Can he do anything with this? Who knows? In the slipstream of Andy Moore, in the dirty air of Andy Moore. as Lizard Toes goes provisional pole with an 18.4. Not a bad lap at all from these tier 2 drivers coming out. Be interesting to see what the Jamaican Bacon sets. This season's grid looks like it is almost set up to be his season of the championship here. What will we see in the end of it though? Base Kermit Frog 18.245. The Mizzy 18.9. As we will see some of these drivers now starting to start laps and end laps. Let's ride on board here with Elite Shots. Mercedes driver from last season. Second driver from last season, but looks to be the main driver of that tier 2 Mercedes team this season. Will it be again a battle between Mercedes and Williams? P5 for Elite Shots. Let's go right on board with the Jamaican Bacon. Purple Sector 1, what we love to see. That Williams is pushing it around this track very nicely. Get some nice cinematics of this Williams car. As Connor has left the session. Was that a disconnect? I'm not too sure. But Jamaican Bacon has gone purple sector 2. This could be a 17. Are we going to see the first sub 1 minute 18 time here? We very much could. So we're going to have the Jamaican Bacon 2 cross the line here for a 1:18.165, just missing out on the sub 17 timing, as we have also just been botted by the looks of it on the Twitch account. So that's fun. Not quite sure what the Jamaican Bacon's been doing, what he's been searching about for being bots and stuff. But there's one in the Twitch chat. No, but all seriousness aside, Shredded Meats is on a lap. Not a lot of battery though. Is this an in-lap? I think it might be. Fuel is flashing red. Looks to be an in-lap. But Mizzy though is on a lap. Is pushing. But I think this might be an AI that's pushing. I don't know if I saw the Mizzy join back to the session after he left. I could be wrong, but I don't think I did. But we have got the penultimate corner now. Final corner for the Mizzy to set a lap. Oh, a little bit of a spin there. That's definitely the Mizzy controlling the car. And it is going to be an improvement nonetheless. P5 now for the Mizzy, as we have now 10 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. A lot of drivers not out on track at the moment. We have the likes of 3 drivers and a lot more in the pits. Andy Moore though is on an out lap and is now starting a lap. Let's see what Andy can set. Could have used a little bit more track in that first corner. Could have gained him a little bit extra time. However, not bad so far from Mr. Moore. Again, a little bit of track on exit, but that is a little bit too much there on the exit into the car park section, I believe. And that is going to see Andy Moore's lap invalidated. Not what you want to see if you're an Andy Moore fan. However, Perilous Hen isn't going to set a lap here. Has gone into the pits. I don't fully blame them. Being over 2 seconds down on the Delta. Not what you want to see. However, it's a day for the debut drivers, I guess. Lizard Toes battling with some of the most experienced drivers on this grid here. Up in P3 currently. Of course, it is only provisional. But you have the likes of FaZe Kermit, the Jamaican Bacon, and DWR Flames. They're all currently sat in the pits. Pharrell and even Demizzy and Dilb. Actually, when you look at the grids from P4 down to P12, is a group of experienced drivers that are used to these races. So Lizard Toes has actually put themselves in a really good position compared to some of these experienced drivers that are out on grid. But let's see what Lizard Toes will set as a second push lap though in that Red Bull. Not quite sure how that wasn't invalid there. A lot of track used, but that has allowed them to carry a lot of speed through that first corner. Hard on the brakes, good rotation on the exit. Let's see where Lizard Toes ends up putting this lap. As a lead shot sets an 18 flat. Okay, we're now pushing the 17s. We're pushing the 17s for sure. As we will check quickly on the likes of Andy Moore and Demizzy. Andy Moore looks, or not Andy Moore and Demizzy, Andy Moore and Connor Robb. Andy Moore looks to have had a nice toe, but a bit of dirty air as well coming from the back of Connor Robb's Alfa Romeo, as Andy has got a nice toe there. Sadly couldn't get it on the straight, but what's Andy going to set? It's going to be a 19.1, 6 tenths. Is that 6 tenths faster? I think it could have been, or it might have been 6 tenths worse. I'm not too sure. But either way, Andy's slightly off the pace here today, as Lizard Toes has DNF'd of some sort. I'm not quite sure what happened there. By the looks of it, something has gone wrong there. DWR Flames is off the track as well. Maybe there was a little qualifying incident there. Of course, if any qualifying incidents do happen, please do clip them and report them to the stewards. Action will be taken. We have the likes of Andy Moore now on an in-lap. Shredded meets on what looks to be an out-lap. Not an out-lap, even a push lap. 6 thousandths up on the original time. Let's see what can happen here. Some nice clean lines from Shredded. Moving the car a little bit too much under what doesn't need to be moved that much. However, isn't slowing at all. Shredded here. Looking like he's on a good lap. Should have been in 5th there. The engine kind of bogged out in 6th. I think he realised though. But Shredded to cross the line. What's Shredded going to set? I think it's going to be an 18.5. 18.9. Not much of an improvement there from Shredded. I think Shredded's just downshifting a little bit too much. But Pharrell though, he is someone that's not downshifting too much. Will he stick it in 5th? Hasn't. Went up to 6th. Interesting. But a lot of these drivers do know what they're on about, do know what they're racing for, so maybe 6th is the way to go. I'm not too sure. But Perel has gone P5, 2/10 improvement. Not bad at all, and has gone straight on and crashed the car. That's going to cost the Williams a couple thousands, trying to get that car recovered and rebuilt for the race. That's for sure. DWR Flames though on a lap. Is there anyone else that's close to being finished? Shredded meets his, however, on an in lap, so it will not matter too much. The Mizzy looks to have backed out as well. DWR Flames then. What can DWR Flames set? I'm going to put a bold prediction. An 18.3. Already on an 18.5. There's an 18.3 potential there from DWR Flames. As we as he decides to pit. Very interesting. Very interesting that from DWR Flames decides to go into the pits. Got Mizzy here. Get some cinematic shots of that Haas, while I believe no one else is on a push lap. That's XD Connor on an out lap. That's Andy Moore on an out lap. Perillius Hen is just starting a lap, so let's ride on board with the Ferrari driver. Drifting a little bit too wide, potentially picking up some marbles on tyres that might affect the time in Sector 2, but what will it be? Will it be a purple? Not quite a purple Sector 2, but again, 7 thousandths up on the original time. It's a common occurrence. I believe the track is getting a lot faster here, so we will see a lot more faster times come out. We have already got the likes of Elite Shots and the Jamaican Bacon both pushing the 17 margin, 17.9. I want to say the theoretical best time right now is probably a 17.8. I think it is possible for these drivers to do a 17.8, but will they is another question. British Hen has gone up to P9. Not bad from them. Jamaican Bacon has backed out of a lap, which maybe isn't a good thing. I don't know, unless he's trying to burn fuel, Jamaican Bacon could be looking at a potential maybe missing out on that front row. Elite Shots though, pushing the car very nicely around this track. However, not faster than the original time. There's a lot of rubber down on the track, but is it fast rubber? I'm begging to differ, as we have had Neo join. Got a lap in by the looks of it, or is about to anyway. So respect to Neo. Andy Moore is going to cross the line for the start of his push lap. As you will see, the likes of the Jamaican Bacon now cross the line as well for a push lap. Little bit of a slide there, however, still on pace to do something nice with this lap. Just needs to keep his cool as Elite Shots hits that 17.8 margin. I thought it was possible, and he's proven it right. The Jamaican Bacon is sliding. Not what you want to see from the Williams driver. Sliding all over the place by the looks of it. Is it losing time? Is it gaining time? I'm not too sure. DWR Flames is starting his lap now as well. Shredded Meats is also on the lap. Let's ride on board with Neo. Neo will be the first driver to cross that line, as I believe that is Jamaican Bacon off track in that Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3. Not what you want to see from the Williams driver, just a bit too slidey. Neo goes P6. Bit of an unexpected result. What can Shredded Meat set? In fact, what can Andy Moore set? Andy Moore has gone into the pits. Shredded Meats, can you get yourself inside that top 10? Not at that speed, you won't. So I think that could be our top 10. DWR Flames though, can you upset the podium? Can you upset the front row? Can you upset the top 3 qualifiers? Not too sure, but we'll find out very shortly here, as DWR Flames will cross the line and the spins on the last corner. Maybe DWR Flames won't cross the line, or he will, just in his own time. But that will be our Tier 2 grid for Melbourne, Albert Park, Australia. We have got Elite Shots in P1. Jamaican Bacon in P2. FaZe Kermit starting off strong in that second row alongside Dilb. Pharrell followed by Neo, followed by Lizard Toes, a debut driver, up in P7 qualifying. Not bad for a debut driver, putting themselves along the sides of the likes of DWR Flames and Neo in between them both. The Mizzy in P9, Prettiest Hen in P10. Shredded Meat's just missing out on that P10 spot. Starting at P11. Connor Robb in P12. Andy Moore in P13. Again, just missing out on that P10. Only a couple temps separates the group. And Simba, B5 in P14. It's set up for a good race in Melbourne. But will it be the race we want? Let's find out very shortly here. As the drivers are now picking their optimal tyre strategies and fuel loads, I would just like to say, and advise some of the drivers as well, if they are watching, take out one of your front wing to stop the slidiness. And I think the correct tyre strategy here is medium soft, if I'm correct, or medium hard. I think medium hard is definitely more optimal, but medium soft is viable. We'll see very shortly what these drivers pick. I mean, we'll see very shortly who potentially will be the first winner of 2024. Season 4, I believe. Keep getting them mixed up, but we'll see very shortly. As we get a nice view on that grid. And here we go then. The lights are counting down. And it is 5 lights. And away we go. By the looks of it, that is a good start from Dilb. Making his way up. A lot of positions there from the start. Lizard Toes dropping. Perilous Hen dropping. Looks to be an incident towards the back of the grid. We have got 2 cars around in the wall. That is Shredded Meats in the wall and having to retire the car there. Such a shame from the Alpine driver. Just missing out on that top 10. And now there's a safety car. Didn't quite get the best angle on that towards the front there. In that broadcast mode. However, of course, do clip any incidents and send them into the stewards. But wow, the shock is, as I use my controller to do all the stuff we need, is the real shock is Dilb up in now P4. DWR Flames up 3 positions. Jamaican Bacon losing 5 off the start. FaZe Kermit also losing 5 off the start. I believe FaZe Kermit could have potentially disconnected. Car is not with us by the looks of it. And I don't have them on the friends list. So I won't be able to invite them back, sadly. But it looks to be FaZe Kermit losing out 5 positions. Prettiest Hen losing out 3. And Jamaican Bacon, who's probably one of the favourites to win this race, losing out on 5 positions. Not really what you want to see from the Williams driver. However, we do still have Elite Shots leading this race. Pharrell, of course, up 3 positions. Starting P5, now in P2. Also have the likes of DWR Flames now overtaking Neo on the safety car. And there looks to be a little bit of a kerfuffle towards the back here. Towards this midfieldish area between the Williams, Lizard Toes, and DWR Flames and Neo. Looks to be a little bit of overtaking going on, which isn't great. However, yeah, nice view of the car park section there. Connor has now left the session as well. That is the Alfa Romeo towards the back of the grid. Hopefully that is only a disconnect. I can see if I can invite them back. I think I can. There is an invitation back to Connor. And hopefully he can join back. Okay, Connor has joined. That's good. So yeah, we have got Elite Shots leading this race. Pharrell P2, Dilb P3, Neo P4, DWR Flames P5, Lizard Toes P6, Jamaican Bacon P7, Face Kermit P8, Andy Moore P9. However, swapping positions by looks of it with the Haas driver. Did the Haas brake a bit too early? Did Andy have to dodge them? Who knows? Andy is keeping a safe distance away from that Haas, just in case anything happens by the looks of it. Also forgot to mention the likes of Simba. Not quite sure what happened to Simba, but Simba looks to be a little bit far behind, even under the safety car. As let's see if we can invite the one person that needed it back. I believe it was Face Kermit, but I don't have Face Kermit as a friend. So if possible, could one of the other drivers send an invitation to Face Kermit? Would be very much appreciated. But it is, of course, the Mercedes leading the pack as always in, well, as of recent time, it has been that same way. And it is continuing to be that same way. As I am now going to quickly put on the dart, because Luke Littler is on the dart at the moment and is pretty good at darts, I've got to be honest. I kind of want to see how it goes out. The safety car should be in this lap, hopefully, so we get some good, entertaining racing instead of being sat behind a safety car. Here we go. Safety car should be in this lap as they now pass through sector 2. We'll get some nice shots at some of the drivers here, slowly warming up their tires, and more than that. Safety car is in this lap. I predicted it. I knew it was going to be in. Safety car is in this lap. We will have the Mercedes driver leading the pack here. Slowly warming up the tires. I wish we could actually see the tire wear and stuff like that, etc. But by the looks of it, the Mercedes driver isn't backing up that much. Safety car isn't actually that far away from the rest of the grid. Maybe that Mercedes driver should back up the pack just a little bit more than what they're doing. Instead of going about 100, maybe drop it to about 80. Might catch the rest of the pack out. But we'll see what happens here. And by the looks of it, the Mercedes driver has gone. Oh, this is a nice camera angle. Why can we have that camera angle at the start? Riding on board here with the Jamaican Bacon. We'll look to try and get past the likes of Lizard Toes and stuff. As we will see here. Now Andy Moore making a move on Face Kermit. We'll see as well the likes of Simba soon making the move on Face Kermit as well. There's a yellow flag towards the back. And it's Connor Robb in the wall, I believe, leaving the session. Could that be a safety car? We see a nice little battle between Simba and the Brillis Hen. Brillis Hen not leaving much room at all. However, gets the move done there. Working our way through the grid here. We have got the likes of Lizard Toes, DWR Flames fighting it out. Lizard Toes trying to keep up with DWR Flames, as we do see the likes of Dilb run a little bit wide there. Allows DWR Flames to get a nice inside line. Forces the McLaren a bit wide there as the Red Bull dodges nicely. And the AlphaTauri's now been forced wide as well. A little bit of payback shown from the rest of the drivers as that AlphaTauri is dropping and being collected by the Mizzy. Not a great restart from that AlphaTauri driver. But what a restart from Elite Shots. 7/10 gap between Pharrell and himself. Pharrell, of course, in that Williams. And we have just seen Lizard Toes potentially get a little bit spanned by the Jamaican Bacon. Instance will have to be looked at, sadly. Dilb, though, on the back of the Jamaican Bacon. What can he cook? Can he be cooking some bacon? Let's see very shortly. A little bit of a gap between them both. Only about 4 temps. 4 temps, of course, isn't enough. But Neo is the story at the moment. Up into P2. Dilb closing on the Jamaican Bacon. Lizard Toes gets the 3-second time penalty. Dilb still closing on the Jamaican Bacon. It'll be interesting to see how long this battle lasts as Elite Shot sets another fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres. The mediums are working at the moment. By the looks of it, the softs aren't working that much at all. Let's quickly get the tyres on. So we have seen the likes of Pharrell and the Jamaican Bacon both start on those soft tyres. That soft tyre compound, as well as Perilous Hen. Perilous Hen, though, making these softs work. As Demizzy goes a little bit deep there. And Lizard Toes is off and into the wall. Will that bring out a safety car? It will bring out a safety car. It's an unfortunate DNF for Lizard Toes. However, as brought out a safety car, that has kind of saved the soft runners here. The soft runners could potentially box to the medium tyres or maybe even the hard tyres and go to the ends. I think the mediums might not make it to the end, but I think the hards definitely will. But then again, if the softs aren't grippy, neither will the hards be. So it'll be interesting to see what strategies the drivers will move towards and potentially go on to. Elite Shots has decided to miss the pit entry, so as Neo. Pharrell is in. Will the Jamaican Bacon go in? He has gone in. Hopefully there is enough gap between them both, or we could be seeing a dreadful double stack happening here. Have they timed it right? I think they actually timed it right. That is brilliant from the Williams drivers if they have timed that right. Jamaican Bacon has boxed to a new set of softs. Is it the soft medium? The 2-stopper. Is it coming out? I think it might be. As the Mizzy has retired somehow. I'm not fully sure how the Mizzy's retired. Hopefully someone could fill me in on that one. I didn't see that one. Simba, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Is that track limits? Is it corner cutting? No, it's just retiring. Simba retiring out on track. Very interesting. Car parked up in just off the track in the car park section. Hopefully it gets cleared quickly. Hopefully it's not in the way of anything. Because when you retire, sometimes the AI take control of the car and park it in very awkward places where it should never be parked. But we have had 4 drivers retire so far in... No, we've had 5 drivers retire, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 drivers retire so far in 7 laps. Australia is collecting its victims more than its spider problem. Oh. Did I just see that right? Because I believe Elite Shots just rear-ended the safety car. Unless that was a bit of a connection issue, Elite Shots could have wing damage. Potential rear ending of the safety car there. Safety car driver mustn't have been driving very fast for that to happen. Maybe the Mercedes driver is a bit too eager. I'm not too sure. But right now, if I was Jamaican Bacon, I would be just trying to burn off as much fuel as possible. Keep that brake input held about 25%. Stay in about gear 3 to gear 5 and just see what happens. The fuel will burn, the car will get lighter, and with it getting lighter, it becomes faster. His Williams teammate though, F1RL, on the medium compound tyres, looks to be having a decent race so far. Started P5, now P4 with a pit stop in hand. Net P1 if counting pit stops. As the likes of Dilb, Neo and Elite Shots are all a pit stop behind the rest of the field. I would like to say though, FaZe Kermit is on 7-lap-old soft tyres. Of course, is the AI car. I'm not quite sure what happens with FaZe Kermit, whether it's an internet issue or just the disconnect. I think FaZe Kermit will get disqualified for it though. However, it'd be interesting to see where this AI car can actually place themselves. Safety car is in this lap though. The field is spread. Nearly every car is a different constructors team apart from the Williams. The Williams will be scoring good points in the Constructors Championship, providing they both finish and no DNFs apply. We will have the likes of F1RL sat in P4 looking to try and make a move on Dilb, Neo and Elite Shots on those older tyres. And Neo will probably want to get past Elite Shots here to try and use the medium tyres as little as possible anyway. They have gone through that last corner, and just as I predicted it, F1RL is on the back of Dilb. Potential move made into turn 1. I don't think it will happen. It doesn't happen. But will it happen into turn 2 though? F1RL looks to the outside of the track, picking up a bit of marbles, however, gets the move done. With getting that move done as well, it's put Dilb under a lot of pressure from the Williams teammate, the Jamaican Bacon, and he has gone past as well. Brilliant moves from the two Williams drivers. Strategy is coming into play. Team ordered is coming into play. Andy Moore, P7, not having the best of restart, still on the back of Frillis though. Within 1 second, it's what you want to see. But what you also want to see is the likes of Neo and Elite Shots fighting together, as there's a little switch around in the order there between the two Williams. F1RL drops to P4 to defend off Dilb, as the Jamaican Bacon has been set free on those new soft tyres. Now this will be a battle that we will all want to see. The likes of Neo, Jamaican Bacon and Elite Shots all fighting to get that podium finish. Who's going to be on the top of the podium though? We'll find out very shortly. Jamaican Bacon sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. We just get some nice, relaxing engine noises. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. Neo though looks to be struggling on those medium tyres to keep up with the likes of Elite Shots. But of course Elite Shots is using a little bit of battery, and Neo is allowing Jamaican Bacon to make the pass. Is that tactical? Did Neo think he was dropping out of the DRS between the Mercedes driver and himself to allow the Williams driver to just go between, to allow himself to get the DRS and keep hold of some sort of hope to keeping on to that first place? Not too sure, but what I am sure of though, these soft tyres are working for the Jamaican Bacon. And 9-lap-old mediums, we're seeing the effects come into play as Jamaican Bacon goes around the outside of the track. A little bit of a snap on exit, but is now leading this race. Just needs to get out of DRS range. DRS is now enabled, of course. There will be a little bit of a DRS straight here, I believe. Very shortly, anyway. Did they remove the DRS straight there? No way. Was there even one there? I don't know. I think I'm imagining things. But through to the DRS detection point, Elite Shots is 7 tenths, 8 tenths between them both towards the top. And there's a safety car that has came out. Pharrell, severe collision with Neo. Neo has his front wing, Pharrell doesn't. This has put a spanner in the works for the Jamaican Bacon here. Will he box for the hard tyre compounds to go to the end? Will it be the mediums? I think mediums could do... I think mediums to the end could be the strat here. It could well and truly be the strat. Don't think the softs will last till the end. So the likes of Elite Shots, I don't think he'll be boxing. Or if he does, I think it will be to the hard tyre compound. It'd be amazing to see what, like how much how much percentage the tyres are on, like how degraded they actually are. But Jamaican Bacon's in the pits, along with Elite Shots, Neo, Pharrell, Brillis Hen, Dilb, Andy Moore. DWR Flame just stayed out. DWR Flames has stayed out on the hard tyre compound. I think he's going to the end. I think he might be going to the end. This could be a brilliant strategy from DWR Flames. Elite Shots has gone to the hards, so has the Jamaican Bacon. Neo has chanced it on the medium tyres. Brillis Hen has also chanced it on the mediums. Andy Moore has chanced it on the mediums. Dilb has chanced it on... Dilb's gone the hards, so is Pharrell. Base Kermit into the pits now. What will it be? It will be hard tyres. Interesting. So FaZe Kermit, the one with the computer controlling, has gone hards. Does that mean the medium tyres won't last? We'll find out very shortly, but these medium tyres will be hungry for some overtakes. Especially on those hard tyre compounds. But here we go. Around Melbourne. This is our, I believe, second safety car of the race. However, it could have been a third. I'm not too sure. It's either the second or third safety car of the race. We have seen 5 drivers DNF, sadly. Shredded Meats was, of course, on that first corner of lap 1. Connor, not too sure what happened, but it was after the safety car potentially crashed into the pit wall. Not too sure. Lizard Toes, unfortunate, claimed by the fast section where I believe 2 of the Alpines were collected in the real life Melbourne when they had to red flag the race. Similar area towards the end of Sector 1, not quite in Sector 2. Similar happened with the likes of Damizzi, I believe. And Simba retired after getting a track limit penalty. It was only going to be a 3 seconds. They could have stayed in it. It was guaranteed points for the McLarens. But Simba has retired. Not 100% sure why. But that is our order so far. As we have to wait for the likes of Neo to catch up on those 11 lap old medium tyres. Didn't even realise it. 11 lap old medium tyres. That's got to be wrong, surely. Because if that is 11 lap old medium tyres, they're not lasting till the end. unless Neo is planning to go to softs very shortly and praying for another safety car. I mean, we'll find out very shortly. DWR Flames does lead on the old hard tyres, so it probably will get swallowed by the likes of Jamaican Bacon and Elite Shot and Brillious Hen as well, potentially. However, we will see the pack slowly start to get backed up. Drivers are warming their tyres, but it will be who can get the best start. Just looking at the tyres, looks to be like the Jamaican Bacons have picked up a little bit of marbles while warming up the tyres. So that will leave them a little bit vulnerable to the likes of Elite Shots on the restart anyway. You can really see it on that front right tyre there. But they're away anyway, around the first corner, or around the last corner I should say. Will there be any immediate battles on track? I guess one with Neo versus FaZe Kermit, but Neo just hasn't got the straight line speed. Working our way up the field, we have got the likes of, what is it, Jamaican Bacon on the back of DWR Flames once again. I believe these are our two closest cars on track. Jamaican Bacon wants them to try and make a move as quick as possible and get out of that DRS as quick as possible. As we looked for a move down the inside here, no contact made. The DWR Flames has been swallowed by the looks of it. The Mercedes driver is also gone through, but well defended there to the corner from DWR Flames. This Mercedes driver though, he wants the position, you can tell. The Mercedes driver wants this position. So we have a nice little battle forming here. Andy Moore, Dilb and Pharrell very close on track, all three of them. Pharrell has gone to the inside, forced maybe a little bit too deep off the track there by Dilb. And a little bit further up the road we do have the likes of this freeway battle here between DWR Flames, Elite Shots and Perilous Hen now. There's two freeway battles here on track. Elite Shots trying to get past DWR Flames, but DWR Flames is holding that position perfectly right now. As we will see the likes of the Mercedes driver go side by side now. Will he get the overtake made? Has got it made. DWR Flames will want to fight it back. But I don't think he has the pace in those old hard tyres. However, down the inside he looks. A little bit of wheel bashing. Car looks to be a little bit off balance as we have a lovely train forming here. This is a nice five-way battle. A lovely little train forming between the likes of 5 cars here. From Pharrell to Dilb to Andy Moore to Perilous Hen to DWR Flames. And slowly Elite Shots is getting clearance. But not quite enough. DWR Flames are sticking with him. Neo's now got a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Neo is nowhere to be seen currently. Needs to pit ASAP, I would say. Get some soft tyres on, lads. Go to lap 18 and get those soft tyres on. It's what you need to do. Lap 18 on those hards, or lap 18 on those mediums, and box ASAP. That's if he has new softs, of course. But Jamaican Bacon is slowly driving away with this as if he was me in Tier 1. DWR Flames holding off Aurelius Hen very nicely there. But we do have a little battle forming here between the Red Bull and the McLaren. And the McLaren has got past the Red Bull. Can he get past the Williams, though? I don't think so. However, he will have another go at the Williams. Maybe into this corner. Decides not to. He gets better traction out the car park section, which he looks like he has. There could be a move made very shortly. Battery not very high for Dilb. Battery quite high for Pharrell. Maybe Pharrell should let Dilb past. But defending very nicely. Moves to the insides. Dilb down the inside here. DRS enabled. Don't think Pharrell's going to fight it. Decides not to fight it. As we now see Aurelius Hen on the back of DWR Flames once again. But Dilb has now got past the Williams driver of Pharrell. DWR Flames, though, is driving a very good race so far. As we do see the Jamaican Bacon slowly off into the distance. Dilb ahead of Pharrell still. Aurelius Hen just trying to catch up to DWR Flames to make a move, but can't quite get it. Not enough pace in the car. This battle, though, is still alive between all 5 of these cars. There's a nice little train that has formed in the back of Tier 2. There has been a reshuffle of the tiers system. Couple drivers moving up, couple drivers moving down. And it looks to have made some really interesting racing moments. Like, this pack here is very close together. Of course, we do have the likes of Jamaican Bacon that has drifted away on the hard tyre compound. But before that, it was Elite Shots. Apart from that, it's very even between all of these drivers here. Patience is the virtue. Patience is key when racing in these trains like this. Don't want to overtake too often. Save your battery, a bit like Pharrell, one of our most experienced drivers on the grid, saving battery up into about 32% battery. Andy Moore saving battery as well. Maybe a bit too much battery saved. Maybe he should use a little bit under DRS to make a move on this Williams. Potentially then leapfrog some of the other cars in front. By the looks of it, the Williams is holding up Andy Moore here. But Dilb is on the back of Aurelius Hen. And will he make a move? Looks to make a move. A little bit of wheel bashing. Side by side almost. Going into the corner. Who is going to be ahead? Oh, there's contact. There is major contact. Aurelius Hen is off the track. Safety car is out. There's a front wing missing on that car. A little bit of contact turns into major contact. Turns into stewards. We'll be looking at that. Jamaican Bacon, though, into the pits for soft tyres. I think Neo has timed this perfect here. Maybe not. I was going to say if Neo was to pit for soft tyres here, it would have been probably the best strategy of all time. However, I don't think it will be the best strategy of all time because... Is Neo disconnected? Let's see if we can invite Neo back to the session. hopefully, well, Neo isn't lapped, so if Neo can join back, or is going to join back, Neo can unlap them himself and potentially challenge for a high points finish instead of that 2 or 3 point he currently has. But as it stands, FaZe Kermit will be getting disqualified from the race for being AI for most of the race. But Jamaican Bacon is leading Elite Shots. 9 laps left. 7 laps after the safety car comes in. It's going to be interesting. Soft versus mediums. Well, I'm having flashbacks to not Singapore, Saudi Arabia last season, the finale. The Williams versus the Mercedes, the old tyres versus the new tyres, the slower tyres versus the faster tyres. It's going to come down to the wire between these two drivers, both very similar paced. Who's burned the most fuel though, I'm not too sure. I think it could be the likes of Elite Shots. That little red bar looks to be a bit higher than that green bar. But then again, no, the red bar looks to be a bit higher than the other car. So it'll be interesting to see who's burned off the most fuel, who's not burned at all. And who is the fastest on track. Alrighty then. Safety car should be in this lap, if I am correct. And we will see 7 laps of brilliant racing, hopefully. Andy Moore staying out on those medium tyres though. 7 lap olds probably should have boxed for some soft tyres. I don't quite know if he's going to have the pace on those old tyres to keep the position from the likes of Pharrell and Perilous Hen. The Jamaican Bacon though probably should back the pack up a little bit more than what he is currently. Drop it to about 60 kilometers. Get a better launch off the last corner. However, he's a madman, so he's doing what he can. He's backing him up. There's the backup. Overtake is on, and he is gone. Bit predictable though. Elite Shots has read it very nicely, and we could see Elite Shots take the lead of this race on the first lap here. Looks down the inside, doesn't want to make the move. However, a little bit aggressive there from Elite Shots. Jamaican Bacon a little bit too slow coming out that exit. But Elite Shots go for the dive. He looks for it, doesn't quite take it. He's taking a more optimal line through that first set of corners. A little bit of a slide there. That could have been the end of Elite Shots race there. But Dilb on the back of DWR Flames yet again. This is something we want to see. Dilb finally in contention of something. Both of these drivers burning way too much battery. But Dilb looks to have got past DWR Flames. And there's a spin yet again. That will be looked at by the stewards. Was there enough room left? I'm not too sure. Did one turn in on one? Again, I'm not too sure. We'll find out after the race, hopefully. Well, the Jamaican Bacon is still leading this race. 6 tenths faster than Elite Shots. Needs to get out that DRS range ASAP. Or else Jamaican Bacon could be slowly drawed out. As soon as those soft tyres start to slide, Elite Shots will see an opening at some point and take it. Whether he'll be as nice as what I was and let the other driver go through for some DRS to hopefully keep the battle alive, we'll never know. Elite Shots on the back of the Jamaican Bacon in the slipstream. Not got a lot of ERS. Doesn't need to do much, doesn't need to push. You can already see that Williams car sliding. Just needs to keep his cool. Watch the car ahead, learn from the car ahead, watch the lines, and then change your lines to then beat his lines. That makes sense. But here we go. Down the straight here. We will see potentially Elite Shots try and make a move on the Jamaican Bacon. It won't be enough though, I don't think. If it is, it's silly. Just backing out. Contact not made between the two drivers. Very close though. It's Williams versus Mercedes. Just like in Tier 1. It's the same in Tier 2. The Jamaican Bacon is doing me proud right now. Dilb has slowly caught up as well, might I add. And Andy Moore is defending against the likes of Prillis Hen and F1RL very nicely here. Let's go back to this fight towards the top. Elite Shots out of battery, needs to harvest battery. You don't need to make an overtake right now. You've got DRS, you're fine. Just harvest the battery and make an overtake on the last lap. That's all you need. But Jamaican Bacon has got battery to defend. He has got the battery to defend. As there's a little bit of contact there made with the likes of F1RL and Prillis Hen. But F1RL has got past Prillis Hen now. And is now looking to get Andy Moore at some point. But Prillis Hen is going to fight this back. I probably should be watching the front too, as they're only 3 tenths apart. But this battle here is heating up now. Let's swap over to the likes of the Elite Shot one. And now back, as we will see F1RL go for a move down the outside. And he goes to the inside. There's a little bit of contact made there between F1RL and the Ferrari. The Ferrari has run wide. But has the Ferrari got Andy Moore as well? It has. Andy Moore's tyres are failing. Not enough grip left. And it'll be a similar story soon to with the Jamaican Bacon and Elite Shots. Those softs are slowly sliding. Elite Shots just needs to stay in contention. Just stay behind him. That's all he needs. Save the battery. Save the battery, stay behind. The Jamaican Bacon is driving perfectly here. What a race he's driven so far. A little bit of sliding around that last corner isn't going to help though. Don't use the battery, Elite Shots. You've made this mistake before. He's flashing. Both drivers limited ERS. One in the DRS though. This is where I would use personally. Jamaican Bacon defends the outside very nicely there. and also defends the inside into the car park section. This is a battle we wanted to see. And another one we also want to see is Perilous Hen on Andy Moore. Perilous Hen down to the inside, lets Andy Moore through by the looks of it. The DWR Flames could potentially pick up the scraps here, but won't. Elite Shots back with Elite Shots and Jamaican Bacon. Dilb a bit too far out of the picture and in contention of winning this race. I know the Jamaican Bacon wants this win, but it's going to be tough as Elite Shots is on the back of him. 10% battery versus 20% battery. It's close. It's too close to call. But I think if these soft tyres start dropping off a little bit more and those spins keep happening there from the Jamaican Bacon on the last corner, although he's saving it every time, we could see these moves being made more and more regularly from Elite Shots. I think Elite Shots has this feeling that he might win this race. Jamaican Bacon defends the inside very nicely once again from the Williams driver. Elite Shots backs out the move from the outside. Knows he doesn't want to make a move through that section. The Williams driver run a little bit wide there and is now behind the Mercedes driver, but is pushing for that move to get back in front with the DRS. That could be just enough to save the Jamaican Bacon for another lap. He needs to start taking that last corner in a higher gear than third. As a 3-second time penalty has been served, given to Elite Shots. I don't believe it. An entertaining battle ruins by track limits. But they're still going to battle, I think. There's no need to be battling, but I think they will still battle. This could see DNFs to the leaders of this race. But I think Jamaican Bacon knows. I think he knows he's won it. I think he knows he can relax. He doesn't need to push as hard. Dilb in P3 also with a time second penalty for track limits or corner cutting. And I think we will see our winner of the Australian Grand Prix Albert Park circuit. I think we will see our winner be a Williams driver. But the difference in the gap between some of these drivers that has formed, the likes of Dilb and Elite Shots here, as we have seen the Williams overtake the Mercedes once again. A little bit antsy. He wants to win on track, which I respect a lot from the Williams driver. But the gap between the likes of Dilb and F1RL, once the train got broke apart, the gap slowly formed, and it's just been forming and getting bigger and bigger. The likes of Face Kermit being lapped, the likes of Neo about to be lapped, and the likes of Jamaican Bacon, who has raced a superb race today in Australia. As you will see now, Neo getting lapped by Elite Shots and the Jamaican Bacon. You get a lovely helmet camera angle. I want that camera angle back, to be honest, but it won't give me it. I think that's what they should make in the new F1 game. Camera angles. A little bit of contact made there between the two leaders. But the Jamaican Bacon looks to be winning this. He's deserved it. Fastest man out on track. Getting that fastest lap point. Getting the win. The Jamaican Bacon with 2 corners remaining. The Jamaican Bacon with 30 meters to the line to cross the line and win the Australian Grand Prix. Followed then by Elite Shots and Dilb. That will be our podium. Pharrell beating the likes of DWR Flames. Well played, to say the least. Driver of the day is DWR Flames. In my opinion, it has to be the one and only Williams driver. Dropping back from P2 to P7 and recovering strongly and finishing P1. Whether it stands or not though, because I do think there was a questionable moment that stewards might have to look into. What a race from that Williams driver there. Incredible performance as well from the likes of Dilb, who's used towards the back. He's normally at the back of the grid, but today he was at the front. Our race winner is the Jamaican Bacon. Here is our standings for round 1, season 4, tier 2. Jamaican Bacon leads the pack with 26 points. Elite Shots in second with 18. Dilb P3, 15. Pharrell P4, 12. DWR Flames P5, 10. Andy Moore P6, 8. Prentice Hen 6, or P7, 6 points. Neo P8 and Facecount P9. The rest of the group DNF'd. But these, of course, are provisional. Steward reports will have to be followed. Penalties might be issued. Who knows? But thank you guys all for joining today's round of today's tier 2 race, round 1 Australia. We'll be joined tomorrow, same time, for tier 1, where the back-to-back champ, Will Manu, will hopefully be looking to claim another victory. So tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. for Australia tier 1.